Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Dr. Shareece. I help Black men and women heal from trauma and toxic relationships. And I'm going to share a clip from a short TikTok video that I saw that encapsulated what I have been feeling. I don't really feel it now, but over the last few months was feeling when interacting with women online and in my practice about the kind of men that they were dealing with. Okay.
I will tell you this one more time. Leave that man alone. This is the 19th session, 1-9. Nothing has changed. Learn, absorb. What are you missing? What is wrong with you? He is horrible to you. Horrible, cruel. He's a cheater. He's a liar. He's a fake. He's a phony. He's dumb. He's unfortunate looking in the face. Rotund in the waist. Leave him alone.
Now, obviously, as a licensed clinical psychologist, it would be unethical for me to talk to any client in that manner. And even talking to a client that directly about the difficulties or challenges that they're having is not helpful. So I don't really think of things as good or bad, but more so as like, is this going to be helpful to the person or not helpful? And one of the things that I think frustrates a lot of people when it comes to therapy is how change happens when people connect dots themselves and go out into the world, practice things, get real life feedback, and then apply it. Telling someone you shouldn't do that because it's going to hurt you is not very helpful. It is, I think, important to inform people about what's going on, but then understand that they're going to make the decision that they think is best for them at the time, even if that decision is harmful for them. So I also saw a clip of Shaniece and her mother, Evelyn Lozada. I never watched the show and I don't really know anything about them. When the game came out, listen, I'm like obsessed with LA. I love LA so much. I'm going back this year. I just love the energy of LA so much. So I'm familiar with the game. You know, I was into his music, you know, if 50 Cent came out, like all that hip hop LA sound, I just really, really enjoyed. So I know a lot about the game. One of his several mothers of his children appear to not understand who the game is or how similar the game is to most men. And so I really want to talk about in this video how important it is for you as a woman to understand the nature of men and make sure that men are showing you in actions that match their words, the quality of their character, versus you just assuming because a man is interested in you that he has your best intentions in mind. That is like rare. Okay. So let's watch the clip. And I don't know, it's been kind of fun like doing clips on my laptop, even though I know exactly how to put it up here. But the start and stop of it all, I think is so fun. So Evelyn Lozada, right? She's male-centered and pretty unhealthy. I remember when she was on a Young Fix My Life, and I think they like still have a connection, and she made some connections in herself. So it seems like she's less harmful than she used to be. But this woman, remember I tell you all, like, look at the eyes, right? Look at the energy. And then when she starts to talk, this is not really about Evelyn, but you could get a 2-for-1 here. Evelyn has like a sinister look in her eyes. And it's not the eye makeup. I want you to look in her eyes, look at the energy that you're feeling when you're listening to her talk. She's like dark energy.
That they weaponized the fact that you two had a baby against me on the show. Like I had a feeling it would happen, but like, how did you feel about that? Because
that's just Evelyn. She's getting into the real important part of the clip where they're calling the game a felon because he is, right? He's done felonies. He's broken the law many times. He's not a good person, right? And calling someone a felon doesn't mean they're not a good person, but all those things together, his history of sexual assault, violence, like he's just not a person of good moral character. So let's just watch, because I have a lot to say. Let's just watch how Shaniece reacts to him saying that, yes, I am a felon. And then look at how the game loses no steam or momentum, like doesn't look to her and say, you didn't know I was a felon? Or, you know, look at what he actually says and does when this, why is he even on this? Listen, okay.
They called you a felon.
Yeah. I mean, true.
Are you a felon?
I am.
So I don't feel slighted by someone
Perfect.
trying to like throw like my past at me. Yeah, I'm a felon. My mama know I'm a felon. My kids know I'm a felon. My fans know I'm a felon, and that's just what it is. I don't try to duck who I am as a person.
Why is he listing all the people who know he's a felon? Because she didn't know he was a felon. What does she know about him? That's the important question at this point. Because if you don't know the core of who a person is, or at least their legal history or arrest history, do you really even know the person who's there? And there are some other clips that I saw. Now I'm forgetting like where I saw the clips, where she's like has pain in her voice, right? She's like stumbling through what she wants to say, because like in real time she's realizing that this man doesn't care about her, like probably never cared about her, and didn't. How is she not? I think she's 33. The time to understand men is in your 20s, girls. Like, this is not the time to be letting a man trap you with a baby. Oh my gosh. I think I saw it on TikTok. Okay, I found it. Let's look at Shaniece talking to The Game about what she knew, what she didn't know.
Cool, have at it.
Yeah. How many felonies do you have?
Oh, you know.
Blaze
You know
is
what?
gonna ask one day.
Yeah,
So
I think like on record, 2 on record.
I think it's so interesting how she asked, how many felonies do you have? The smile, like you really ask someone with a smile how many felonies they have. If you're flirting, probably. But the smile signals to me her discomfort with asking him questions. And a lot of men often, I don't know if it's like an ear of, if you ask me things, I'm going to get upset, or know your place, right? I think the way the hierarchy is set up, women often feel like they're breaking a rule or they're doing something wrong if they speak up for themselves. And so asking a man direct questions and then not getting direct answers, because I think throughout this interview, I haven't watched the whole thing. I'm not going to watch the whole thing. But through the clips I saw, The Game sometimes kind of answers a question, but never really directly. He goes on and on and on about things. And it's very common for men to give like a story as an answer versus answering a question directly. I think it's part of the conditioning for them to lie or manipulate or whatever. So her asking him directly, I think she felt more confident to do it because they're on the podcast, but still unsure if he would be okay answering. I get the sense that this is a man that would tell you honestly, I don't want you, right? Not in like those direct words, but would make it clear that I don't really care about you, or I don't really see anything long term with you. And women would still stay because maybe they don't believe him, maybe they think they're going to change their mind, maybe they're going to change his mind, or they're okay with getting crumbs or something like that. That's the vibe I got from this. And this is I realized where I saw it. I saw it on the Brooke Ashley's live. But it comes from, this clip comes from On-Site, and then the other one comes from the Neighborhood Talk.
a lot of my anger came from
And this is sped up a little
you
bit.
not delivering what the expectations were.
Yeah.
So we'll leave that there. But
Okay, a lot of my anger came from the expectations that were not delivered. And we'll leave that there. I don't know why she wants to leave it there. Maybe because she'll start crying if she really goes into all the ways that he disappointed her, or she felt disappointed because the things that she thought, the fantasy that she thought they were going to have, didn't apply to her. Now, she does seem naive, right? There's like layers to it. I think she seems naive, but also like she thought she was the exception to the rule. And that I don't really understand. I'm still working my way through understanding. You believe in the hierarchy of women. There is no hierarchy of women. There are different types of women, right? There are women who use their bodies for money. There are women who, run businesses. There are women who want to be stay-at-home moms. There are different types of women, but there is no real hierarchy of women. And oftentimes I think women buy in because America, white people are obsessed with hierarchies. They buy into the hierarchy. And so married women who were virgins at their marriage are at the top. And at the very bottom is maybe like a black trans woman, right, of the hierarchy of women. That's not, the hierarchy is not real. It's not, it's a fallacy. But if a woman believes that I am better than you because I'm light skinned, I'm better than you because I don't have to sell my body, I'm better than you because I have a degree, whatever reason they have for the I'm better than you, they believe that that thing that they possess will lead them to be getting better treatment from the men that they choose. When history has shown time and time again that the preferences are not given preferential treatment. They're actually treated just as bad as other types of women. And it looks like she's realizing this in real time, that she never had a catch and that she never even realized that this could happen to her.
I think that I had to learn how to, when I'm done with someone, I'm done with them. And because you share a child, you can't necessarily be done with them.
Yeah.
So I think I had to learn how to wrap my mind around the fact that, like, this is for life.
It sounds like she's mourning in real time, but it also sounds like she gives answers similar to the game. Because what are you saying? What are you saying? She could have said, I feel really sad that our relationship didn't work out. And in normal, everyday, in previous encounters that I've had with men, I'm able to cut a man off without thinking about it, right? And him not being in my life anymore because of whatever reason, he didn't treat me right, I wanted to move on or whatever. But I'm not able to cut you out of my life because we share a child together. Her using like the word forever, but like not in like a lovey-dovey way. It's more like I'm stuck with you. Why not say I'm stuck with you? I resent the fact, this is not the kind of woman that I think would use those kind of words, but I resent the fact that I have to interact with you in the long term because we're not together. Why would I want to have to deal with you when we're not together? You hear that this is a sped up a little bit, but you can also hear the shakiness in her voice because she's sad, right? I think she's like, I can't believe this is happening to me. I can't believe this is my life. I can't believe I'm a baby mama. I think all those thoughts are going in her mind. How could this happen to me when I'm light skinned and pretty? How could this happen to me when my mother is Evelyn Lozada? How could this happen to me when I picked a rich man? How could this happen to me?
Because otherwise I would have been like, would we be sitting here today if we didn't have Blaze?
Like, as long as he got you guys, as his little army, like, he's gonna be straight.
Sorry, but I feel like you manifested Blaze. You were mentioning another.
Even when you hear the rest of what she says, you'll be like, why would she say you manifested Blaze? When we manifest something, right? And I talk about manifestation on my channel. What are you trying to manifest? I'm trying to manifest $30,000 in my emergency fund. I imagine you're trying to manifest a vacation. Maybe you're trying to manifest a man. Maybe you're trying to manifest a new car or something, right? Like something great and wonderful and that you really, really want. When she uses the word manifest to describe him getting her pregnant, it's like you've got your wires crossed. He was not wishing and hoping he could have a healthy, baby with you, and it would make him so happy that he's getting this thing that he's wanted so bad. He never really like wanted that. I think he wanted to trap you, to, impregnate you. We'll see. I have also a book recommendation, but listen.
Another child before I got pregnant.
Yeah, true.
Like, you manifested Blaze.
Yeah.
On our first date, you were talking about a Blaze, not him exactly.
Yeah.
But you were talking about a Blaze. So you agree with that?
I do agree with that. I think that and
we talked about kids.
Yeah, true. But just so you know,
the way she's saying it, we talked about kids, and the game is going to say it, not in plain terms. These people are not talking directly. He's going to say it in a way like that's the actual, I didn't really want a baby with you, right? You're confused. Listen.
You guys know, because you guys are, beautiful women. You guys are still like women, right? But men, right? Men see a baddie, we think like, I'm gonna get her pregnant.
Men see a baddie and they're like, I'm gonna get her pregnant. He's telling the truth. Oh my God. I'm really like wondering what her mother told her about men. I'm wondering what she observed about men in their 20s. So the game, I'm assuming, grew up poor. I don't know all about his history, He didn't grow up in the hood. Okay, the book Promises I Keep. Why? How does it go? No, I wrote it down. Promises I Can Keep. Why Poor Women Put Motherhood Before Marriage, by Kathryn, Edin, and Maria Kefalas, right? They're sociologists. This, I think it's important to have why questions in your 20s about men, about everything, about the world, about why things work the way. Why is America like this? Why are they so racist? Why are white people so hateful? Why? I just think it's important to have like why questions. Why is Christianity, the most dominant religion? When you ask the why questions, you'll get answers. And so this book, I think, answers a lot of questions. The game has a hood mentality. And part of that is like a scarcity mindset. It's, he still has a scarcity mindset. It's why he has like a $7 million judgment that he owes a woman that he sexually assaulted. He just loses things, right? He has really negative thoughts about himself, the world, money, all the things, women. So him saying whatever he said, I could just like imagine the conversation on their first date about, man, you would look so beautiful with my baby inside of you, man. If we had kids, they would be so cute. All of that is not, I want to be with you so much and I can't wait to raise kids together. None of that is what is being said. And so in the book, what is being communicated when men seek to impregnate women or poor women who are poor, prioritize having like multiple children, even though they do not have the resources to take care of them. One is about power. I'll get to that a little bit later. But the other one is about, it's a gift, right? What can a poor man give you? If he really cares about you, in his mind, not really. If he's really attracted to you, if he sees, if he sees that you are someone that he wants to be around, his mind, right, the way he makes that into reality is baby. But the women also are the same, except Shaniece didn't grow up in the hood, so she don't even really understand like what's going on. They view it as a gift or a punishment, right? Impregnating you. And so men often talk about their interest in a woman in the form of procreating. They do not really want to have a baby with you. But there are a lot of women who, I guess, never ask the why questions about why would a man on a first date be talking about having a baby with me, putting a baby in me, right? Because they use stuff like that, putting a bun in my oven. I think he must really like me. No, he doesn't really he doesn't even know you. How can he really like you? He's just really attracted to you. And one of the ways to say you're beautiful or I want to spend more time with you or I want to share bodies with you is to talk about a baby. He doesn't care about you. He's just giving you a compliment. Although it's not really a compliment because giving a woman a baby when you really don't have any plans to be around is so dangerous. It's so harmful. It's so negative. But that's the game. I don't expect anything less from the game. And I don't know all his dating history, but even the woman he was madly in love with, he didn't marry. I think he gave her a bunch of kids, but then where is he in that woman's life? And she left him, so he's butthurt for life. I don't know. I think I am a little shocked that this is Evelyn's daughter. But Evelyn is the same one that married a man after he head-butted her and split her head open. When you ask the question, like, why would Evelyn keep choosing men who misuse her, abuse her? Well, because she wanted money, right? Status. If you think, okay, how would that woman treat her daughter? Well, I guess she would raise a mini Evelyn. I guess she would be one of those women, one of those mothers who don't want their children to be better than them or don't want them to have a leg up from them, right? I think about Marjorie Harvey because, she was dating hood dudes. She was mistreated pretty badly by, the father of her kids. instead of continuing that pattern, she changed it for herself by getting with Steve Harvey and staying with him. I think he cheated on her, right? But she upgraded his life and decided that she's going to empower her daughters. I don't know how many kids. I think she has like 4 or 5 kids, 6. She has like multiple kids. Lori Harvey is exactly what I would expect a woman like Evelyn Lozada to raise if she was healthy. But Evelyn Lozada is still pretty toxic. And so I'm not, why are they even on a podcast? It's like 2 birds chirping. The same like nonsense. I'm not expecting to learn anything from these women because they haven't really even explored their own minds to be able to reflect on why did I have these certain experiences or what is there for me to learn from these certain experiences. So, okay, I wanted to make, I think, just one other point. If your mother didn't teach you, find a new teacher. Yes, ask questions, read studies, books, like the book I'm talking about. And then I just want to make one point about sex. Because if you believe in the hierarchy of women, then you probably also believe that body count matters. I've been thinking about doing a video on body count. I don't know. I think it's just, body count does not matter, right? What matters most is that you are living your life with intention and purpose. So if you would like to have sex with someone, use protection, get tested so that you all can have all the fun sex you want. But the point, sex often, like the game, people like the game, use sex to dominate. If you think about our society, everything is about sex. These people are obsessed with sex. But sex is really about connection on one end and power and control on the other end. You can use sex as an experience to get closer to someone, to share physical intimacy, deepen your emotional intimacy with someone, or you can use sex to harm, right? To violate, to control another person. And the byproduct of using, sometimes, right? Not always, but the byproduct of using sex to dominate or control another person is a baby. And sometimes these men can use a baby to continue the domination and control of you at one end, at the other end to continue the emotional intimacy, right? When a woman sees how well her partner is caring for their child, it is a reflection of how he feels about her. If you respect the mother of your child, even if y'all are not together, if you respect her, you're probably going to treat the child well. I don't think you can separate the two, because if you treat the mother of your child poorly, that directly affects the child. There are a lot of YouTubers, books, resources where you can understand the nature of men. You can just type that into Google. What is the nature of men? What are most men like? I do not recommend like man bashing channels, but when people are talking about the patriarchy in general, men in general, what most men are like, and how you should be thinking in your mind, all men, until a man shows you over time through his actions that he's different. I think that's more empowering than you going out there assuming that because you're cute or pretty or on a perceived higher on the ladder rung than other women, that you're going to be treated better. Men are men. And I love men. Okay? I raised a young man. But you need to understand, lots of men are still, in the dream state. They haven't deprogrammed, deconstructed anything. They are going based on the playbook that they got from somebody else. Most people in general do not stop to think about, am I doing what I really want to do? Do the rules that I've been following really help me move forward in my life or not? These are my thoughts. I have lots of other videos on my channel about women, about understanding men, which is really about, figuring out how to prioritize yourself in a world where men are told that they are the most important. Okay. So let me know what you think in the comments. Please like this video, share it with someone you think it could help, subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and thank you for watching.